Every cattle farmer wants one thing: calves that grow faster, cows that perform better, and herds that stay strong through every season. Hello Mzansi, and welcome to another episode powered by Voermol Feeds. My name is Duncan Masiwa. In this episode, we're talking about Voermol SB100, a game changer that farmers like Maungo Mokgoje in the Northern Cape swear by to boost weight gain and resilience even in tough, dry conditions. Now, we've brought in Dr. Josef van Wyngaard, Voermol Feeds Technical Manager, to break it down for us, answer your burning questions, and also share real success stories from the field. Dr. Josef, lovely chatting with you again. Welcome to Farmers Inside Track.
Thanks, Duncan. Always a pleasure to be on the show.
Fantastic. Let's start at the beginning, maybe, for a farmer that is not familiar with the SB100 product. What exactly is Voermol SB100 and what makes it so different from, I suppose, other feed options out there?
So the Voermol SB100, I would say it's a feedlot concentrate for cattle. However, it does have multiple different uses. So in this case, it's obviously used for weight gain on calves, on grazing. For that purpose, Voermol SB100 is then used as a concentrate in combination with, let's say, maize or chop, then fed as almost as a creep feed to calves to just unlock their maximum growth potential, almost. And then other uses for Voermol SB100, as mentioned, feedlot concentrate. So you make your own complete feed mixes. If you've got a little feedlot where you can make a starter, grower, or a finisher ration in combination with hay and energy components such as your maize or hominy chop. And if you talk about Voermol, then SB100 is synonym, and it's a product that's been there for about just as old as Voermol is. So it's 60 years plus, I'd say. If you look at the name SB100, SB stands for in Afrikaans super bees or super beef cows, I want to say. So it's all in the name. You unlock the maximum growth potential of your animals with the use of SB100.
That's quite fantastic. I suppose the burning question that every farmer wants to know right now is that if I start using SB100 today, what noticeable changes can I expect to see in my calves and cows? And how soon before the results start showing?
It's an interesting question. We always want to see results immediately. However, we just need to remind ourselves we're dealing with ruminants, cows, sheep, goats, etc. And they always need, let's say, a 14 to 21 day adaptation period, because in essence, they don't like change when it comes to feed. So as soon as you provide them with a new lick or a feed or a block, it will take them, their rumen or their gastrointestinal tract, it will take that about 2 to 3 weeks to adapt to this new feed. And talking about results with the use of SB100, we're talking about growth results, and that's weight gain, that's body condition score, stuff like that. And that you'll only see also, let's say, after 4 weeks of using the product, you'll definitely see a change in your body condition score and in weight gain. So all in doing the measurement, so weigh your animals before and then maybe weigh them a month after, if it's possible to do that. Otherwise, you just on your eye, you'll definitely see a change in body condition score easily.
I'm glad you mentioned weight gain and body condition score, two things that's always top of mind. How does SB100 specifically contribute to improved growth performance and overall herd development?
So it's a highly specialized product to unlock basically weight gain and growth performance in our animals. And what contributes to that is not just, let's say, your protein or energy that's in that product. We've got feed additives in there that's specifically designed to unlock additional energy in the feed. So you're almost getting 10 to 15% more energy out of your feed with the inclusion of SB100 due to those feed additives that's in there. So basically that transpires to 10 to 15% additional weight gain on your animals with the use of SB100 over and above just a normal lick or a block supplement. So there's definitely something different in SB100 that will give you that additional growth that you're looking for.
Let's quickly look at, on the farm feeding practices. What is the ideal mixing ratio and feeding schedule to get the best results?
So there's different systems. Let's look at a cow-calf system, and you are grazing natural felt, and the calf walks with the cow, but you see your grazing is not as good as you want it to be. Let's say it's in the winter time, or you basically just don't have enough grazing, and then that affects the growth of the calf. So the one option by introducing SB into your system would be to create a creep feed. The purpose of a creep feed is you eating the calf directly. So you build a little creep feed pen. Basically, it's just the gates put together and there's a little feed trough inside, and only the calf has access to go in. So there's a little opening which is too small for the cow to enter. And the mixture there is very easy. We call it a 20-80 mix. So it's 20% SB100 and 80% maize. So that would be, for instance, you're going to use 2 bags of SB100 and then about 400 kilograms of maize, which translates to, what is that? That's 8 bags of maize. And you feed that unrestricted to the calves. And you start at the age of about 2 months age of the calves. And then you start introducing a creep feed to them. And you continue with that until weaning. And your average intake there will range between anything from 1 to 5 kilograms per calf per day. As they get older and grow bigger and so on, they're obviously going to eat more. Then the other option there is after weaning, you can bring your calves into a feedlot system. So it can be as simple as just an enclosure, a basic kraal, where you've got fresh water and you've got a feed trough. And your mixture there would be a very simple mix is 150 kgs SB100. So it's basically 3 bags of SB. You're going to add 100 kilograms of hay or veld grass or any kind of roughage component that we have available. And then you're going to add about 600 to 650 kilograms of crushed maize. And that is a complete mix that you mix together and you feed that to them unrestricted as well. Very important, as soon as you start with a system like this, a feedlot system, remember I mentioned earlier, we're dealing with ruminants. They don't like sudden changes in feed. So now remember, we're weaning them off the veld. Now we're introducing them to a complete feed. So that's a major change. So we need to allow them 2-week adaptation period. And how we implement that is we feed them additional hay in the kraal, in the feedlot. So we can put down a bale there or any kind of system that we have while we simultaneously feeding them this new complete feed. So then they will adapt themselves, move over from the grass or the hay and increasing the intake gradually on the complete feed. And that would be a very good transition phase for them. Then you prevent stuff like acidosis, etc. That in a nutshell, you've got your creep feed system where you mix a concentrate and maize, feed that directly to the calves on the veld. Or the second system is you mix a complete feed, and that would be after weaning to fatten up your calves before you market them.
That's very helpful, Doc. You know, when you ask any farmer, when they invest in a feed product, they want to be confident that it is delivering real value for them. Once farmers use SB100, how do they know it's working? What specific indicators or performance metrics should they be tracking in their herds?
So very important. I mean, one should move towards a direction of weighing your animals. So either make use of the local weigh bridge. That would be your indicator. So you need to measure, and what we're looking for, let's say target weight gains, and when using SB100 in a creep feed system would be anywhere between 1 and 1.2 kilograms of weight gain per day. As soon as you wean that calf and you put that calf into a, let's say, a feedlot system in a kraal and you feed them a complete feed, then our target weight gains there would be a minimum of 1.7 kilograms of weight gain per day. And that could easily go up to a 2 kg, 2.1, depends on the quality of the calves, their health, etc., and the age, and so on. But a good ballpark figure would be 1.7 kgs of weight gain per day. And that would be a good indicator when using SB100.
Doc, you work, of course, with farmers across the country. What feedback have you received from those that rely on SB100? Any success stories that perhaps stand out to you?
There's so many success stories, but just some highlights on that. The SB system, it's renowned as the Voermol system by many farmers. The comments that we get there, it's an easy to use concentrate for cattle. So it's a simple mix that you can do. It's a safe mix for the animals. I mean, it's a product that's readily available right through the country. So the success stories that we get there, I mean, farmers, they don't only use it for their calves, but they also make use of it for their bulls, preparing their bulls for the breeding season with great success. And then at the same time, even big commercial feedlots make use of SB100 in some cases, where they've got this phase feeding. Definition of that is they've got a dedicated starter ration, and then they feed that for about 14, 21 days. Then they move over to a grower ration for about, let's say, 80 to 100 days. And then they've got a fattening ration, which is highly concentrated, very little roughage component. And that will last, let's say, 30 days, where you boost that optimal growth out of your animals. The comments that we get is it's a cost-effective, easy, safe product to use with multiple uses and by many farmers across South Africa.
Finally, Dr. Josef, for new cattle farmers who want to build a sustainable feeding program, what advice would you give about introducing SB100, I suppose, the right way?
I would say the easiest to introduce it effectively is to maybe feed it directly to your calves in a creep feed system, because it's a very easy mix to make. We're talking about that 20-80 ratio, so 20% SB, 80% maize or hominy chop feed that you get. And you can really see the difference at the end of the day. You're going to wean heavier calves. You're going to make more money out of your calves. You're going to not lose much body condition on your cows because you're feeding the calf directly. So you're actually saving on body condition on your cows at the end of the day. And the window there, as mentioned before, would be that from 2 months age right up to weaning, if you're weaning at 7 months or 8 months. So it's about a 5-month period where you can really add value to your calves. It's all about their feed conversion ratio. It's at their best when an animal is before they get weaned. So it's really that time frame with your best value adding window to make use of SB100 in a sustainable feeding system.
There you have it, SB100, known as the Voermol system, an easy-to-use concentrate for cattle that is not only cost-effective, but also has multiple uses. That was, of course, Dr. Josef van Wyngaard, Voermol Feeds Technical Manager. You can, of course, read more on this topic by visiting www.rootformzansi.co.za. Remember to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss any of the episodes. From me, Duncan Masiwa, our technical producer, Megan van der Vent, and the rest of #Team Food for Mzansi, thanks for listening.